Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I wanted to do something fun. I've kind of kicked this around in my head for a little bit, and I wanted to be a little bit interactive and get some comments going on your own personal experiences. But what I want to do is I want to lay out kind of the parameters here, and it's basically 3 buckets. So I'm going to use an analogy, I guess, here to work with. And what I want you to do is, let's think of 3 of us sitting down at a table, right? And we're circled around this table, and we each have a glass with water in it, and it's filled to the middle mark, right? So each glass is filled to the middle mark in it. And the first one of us says, our glass is half full, right? Everybody knows that one. And this next one says, well, mine's half empty, right? And the third one says, well, mine tastes like piss. So the water in these glasses represents our VA experience, okay? So as we filed our claim with the VA, how that process went and how we view it. Were we the glass is half full? Are we the glass is half empty? Or are we, it tastes like piss? So please share with me, and I'll share with you through the video mine, but please go into the comments and type in a little bit about your experience. Even if it's one word, that's cool, but if you want to kind of dial in a little bit of what it was about. I've personally had each one of those glasses of waters. I've had, I don't remember the exact number, but I want to say somewhere around, I maybe filed 7 claims for myself, and 3 I took to appeal. 1 died in appeal. 1 was approved in the notice of disagreement back in the day. And then the third one I pushed all the way through to the Court of Appeals, and a judge ruled in my favor. So for me, through my process, at the very beginning of my VA experience was back in 1990, late 97. So like December of 1997. I just got out of the Marine Corps, and I don't even remember who told me about the VA or how I knew to even file a claim. I can't remember really much about that, but I did file a claim with the VA, and I filed it for back issues that I had, which I had documented in my service treatment records. I had been given Flexerol and Percocet. I was mortars, 81 millimeter mortars, carrying, all the stuff. And anyway, so I jacked up my back, and so I had a good chunk of time where, it was probably, 2 or 3 weeks where I was really kind of dealing with my back, and went to what they called back school, which was also documented in my military records, which is essentially physical therapy. And so I filed a claim for that, and then I also threw in heartburn, GERD. So I filed for those 2 things. And I didn't really know much about it other than I was supposed to file a claim, and they came back, and I don't even remember if I knew that there was money compensation involved. Maybe I thought that it was just medical care or what have you. So anyway, I was young, filed the claim. I get the decision back, and I was denied for both. They denied me and said, neither one were service connected. And, the young me just, threw my fingers in the air and, said, forget it. Turned around and walked the other way, still working, had my job. At that time, it was prior to post 9/11 or prior to 9/11, so there was no post 9/11 GI Bill. It was just the regular GI Bill. And so I just, I let all that stuff go. I didn't do anything. I just worked, put my nose down, and, provided for my family, and moved on and just kind of forgot about it. Then, so that was this water tastes like piss. Then I also had, in 2009, after the 2007-8 financial fiasco, I decided, what, I'm going to join the reserves. And so I joined the Army National Guard right there, and finished off some time there. I did another 6 years with the Army Guard, and still stayed mortars. And I ended up damaging my eye, and with some stuff from mortars, right? So it's going off, whatever. Something flew in my eye, and now I have this crazy recurrent iritis thing. anyway, I filed a claim for that, and it came back as 0%. And I about lost it because my eye is like a snow globe, and so it's just a whole issue. So it was a little bit of glass half full because at least I got that 0%. But then it was an older version of me, and I went through and I started researching and figuring things out, and filed my appeal, got more evidence, put all that stuff in, and filed it, and it came back, and they went from 0% to 60% on that appeal, and got back pay for all that. So that was definitely a glass half full moment for me with the VA process. Now, over time, I've seen claims that have taken, 3, 4, 5 years to process. In today's world, typically they're, around 6 to 8 months now, so much, much faster. And, there's been a lot of improvements, although it's not the smoothest process, but there has been a lot of improvements. And for those of you that have filed claims, years ago and kind of fought and, had to dig in and all that stuff and fight through it, that there's been a lot of changes with the VA as well. It is getting better. It's still heart-wrenching, but I think that in this, if you're still with me, us sharing our experiences, even in this comment type of a forum, is definitely a positive way that we can share information with each other, so that way we can learn from each other and understand, especially for some of us that this may be the first rodeo, that we're not the only one, that somebody else has went through it, that we're surrounded by people that understand, and you feel a little less alone, right? Because when you get out of the military, as everybody here, or at least most of us have gotten out, that is that one moment where you're the only one, jumping out of the plane at that time. There's nobody on the ground waiting for you, and there's a lot of you just got to kind of figure it out yourself. So thankfully, now we have these types of avenues where we can share information, we can kind of come together, share our experiences, so that way those that are coming behind us have some sort of a network that can help guide us individually through it. So with that, I'll go ahead and end it there. A bit long, but I'm looking forward to reading the comments below. So thanks for doing that. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong. Have a great one.